Hello, Timmy Nafso here, Executive Vice President of FortisPay. And a lot of folks have actually been reaching out. We've been having a lot of conversations here in office, outside of the office, regarding TLS 1.0 and the expiring of TLS 1.0. TLS 1.0, what is it? What's happening with it? What is this language? Is it just affecting credit card processing and payments? Is it my internet? I mean, there's so much confusion around it that your head would just be spinning and spinning based on all of the information and all the angles that it's coming from. As an example, we know that it could be affecting your credit card, it could be affecting gift and loyalty, it could be affecting your shopping cart. But in addition to that, what a lot of folks don't understand is this TLS 1.0 is actually the ability for your website, right? A website and a server. So a server is anything, any web page that's out there is hosted on some type of server. They have to communicate. And the communication that happens between the two has to be secure, or essentially on a private network. So some of you may see there's an HTTPS. The S is secure. That's what it stands for. And there's a certificate authority that basically says or confirms that this is secure. The predecessor of TLS was actually, as many of you have heard, SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, and now it actually works a little bit different. TLS is actually the certificate approved technology that exists today, and TLS 1.0 is actually expiring. So think of it as you have the first generation iPad as an example, and now you've done an update to your software. Well, that iPad is not going to operate the same way that it used to, or may not operate at all, or certain things don't function anymore because the hardware on that iPad is outdated. Well, a similar thing is happening here. The information with TLS 1.0 is actually not secure. As hackers have gotten more clever and they've gotten smarter and more information is actually transmitting over the web, there's a lot more vulnerability. And all of those technologies and sites and applications and softwares and things like that are on TLS 1.0 are coming to an end in June of 2018. Okay, so some of you are actually going to say, well, how come I got a letter saying February, or I got a letter saying March, or April, or May? Everybody's got these different timelines. And what we believe is actually happening there is June is actually the hard date, and a lot of folks are actually trying to get ahead of it because there's not the infrastructure to actually wait until it's over. So you're seeing some that have turned it off, right? The TLS 1.0, and they've moved either to TLS 1.1 or 1.2, which is the more secure one. And actually, by the way, they've already started on 1.3. So even the 1.1s are going to be expiring, I'm sure, shortly after, and so on and so forth. But this is all a reality, and the technology is a reality, and technology changing is a reality, and keeping up with the technology is also a reality. We know that systems that are cloud-based are in a better situation than server-based systems. So as an example, if you have a software that's sitting in the back room within your organization, within your brick walls there, that software may take some upgrading to get it working again, especially from a connection perspective versus something on the cloud where the information or the updates are being pushed automatically. So we believe the future is going to be a lot better, but today, for a lot of the outdated systems, I know people out there, you know who you are, you have a system that's sitting there with Windows XP on it still, right? You have an old dated computer or an old outdated software, you haven't really paid to update your systems. So what you're going to want to do is really take a hard look at what's happening here with TLS. Go on the web, comment here, ask questions. We're continuously learning more about it as well as it happens, and understand that it's real, and understand that things are going to stop working if you don't update whatever system it is that you're on. And again, this is not just limited to payments, it's across the web and the talking between two devices, or web and server, like I said. And it's a scary thing to be waiting until the last minute to find out what's happening there. So If you're dealing with a credit card processing company, payment company, you're dealing with the software on your computer, you're dealing with a POS at your business, anything that's connected through the web, reach out to whoever those vendors are and make sure that your TLS is not the 1.0 version, or it will be expiring. Thank you very much for listening. Please comment with any questions.